Namaskar. Once again, we are back here for a detailed discussion on future proofing of public sector IT emerging trends and technologies. I think जो इसका विषय है वो सब हम सब उससे परिचित हैं और अलग अलग क्षेत्र से बहुत इमिनेंट स्पीकर्स हम लोगों के साथ हैं अपने अपने क्षेत्र में एक्सपर्टीज़ रखने वाले मिस्टर अभिषेक गुप्ता, अंजना, संजीवा जी, आशीष, आनंद, नागेंद्र, प्रताप सिंह जी, मिस्टर दास, Mr. Kumar and Lieutenant Colonel, and if I'm not wrong, Dr. Dinanath Shah ji is also there, right? So, without spending much time on giving a pretext, I would like to give just a beginning remark so that one by one we can have a round of introduction with our speakers. We also would like to know a few things about why you believe at this stage of time this transition into transformation of public sector is being propelled or being excelled in some of the fields. So आप जब भी अपना परिचय दे रहे हैं उसके साथ कम से कम एक पॉइंट ज़रूर बताएं जिसकी वजह से आप सब लोग उसमें इस पूरे ट्रांजिशन में कुछ बढ़िया इंस्पिरेशन बाकी लोगों को दे सकें. But other than that, separately we will again come back to each one of you with couple of questions, but before this we will start with the introduction. So ma'am, हम लोग आपके साथ start करेंगे, please आप mic ले लीजिए. Your introduction and one line which I want you to just to relate that this is the reason why you are here and this is the reason why you believe it should be spread across, which may be your success case or maybe something to be scaled or replicable. Is it working, Mike? अब करने लगा काम?
So, hello all, I am Anjana Sanjeeva. मैं गेल इंडिया लिमिटेड से हूँ and I am here because I believe that digitization and transformation is the need of our analytics and AI की जो पूरी एक लहर आई है उससे PSUs और हम किस तरह से फ़ायदा उठा सकते हैं फॉर नेशन इंटरेस्ट में और अपनी कंपनी के इंटरेस्ट में उसको कैसे इम्प्रूव कर सकते हैं. सो फॉर दैट आई एम हियर. थैंक यू.
थैंक यू मैम.
Good afternoon everyone. Myself Vinay Kumar Chowdhary. I am working with Grid Controller of India Limited and today I am here as I understand कि you cannot learn alone, so together we can learn and share with each other. So here I am here to share something what we do and learn what others are doing. Thank you.
One point you have to include in your opening remark that what you believe in AI can make a change in your sector. आप एक point जरूर बताएं.
Okay. Basically, AI can change the working of the system basically because as we used to work as in legacy system, so then the way we work, AI change the way we can start working again, means कि it's a give a different perspective kind of thing.
Okay, so not only artificial intelligence, but if there is other emerging technologies which comes across your mind, we will come back to you and we'll talk about it.
Sure.
So now we'll go sequential, one by one. Please go ahead.
वेरी गुड आफ्टरनून एवरीवन. मेरा नाम आशीष आनंद है. मैं सीनियर जनरल मैनेजर जम्मू स्मार्ट सिटी से. तो जैसा कि वी आर ऑल्सो द PSU, बट वी आर नॉट लाइक अदर PSUs. वी आर सिटीजन ड्रिवन PSUs. वी नीड टू चेक एवरी कॉर्नर ऑफ द सिटी एवरी डे एवरी मोमेंट. तो आई विल शेयर सम इंसाइट्स what we are doing there, and like you said about AI, so my take on AI is that AI say there is a myth being circulated that AI will kill all the jobs. मुझे लगता है AI से डरने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. AI को smartly use करने की ज़रूरत है in day-to-day activities. But we need to draw a line for the generations how to use it, or ultimately artificial and natural intelligence will always prevail.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, all of us. My name is Nagendra Singh. I'm General Manager from Indian Oil Corporation Limited. So I'm from the Strategic Information Department from Indian Oil Corporation Limited. So from 2017 till date, we are exploring the technologies for various areas, be it the crude procurement, all the component which is there in the oil and gas is being explored by the R team, strategic IS team. So we have implemented around 200 initiatives in the refineries, pipelines, marketing and R&D division, wherein the initiatives pertaining to AML, digital twin, and number of technologies are there, has been implemented in IOCL. So the benefit which we are getting from the technology in the refinery is oil and gas is not being explored in many of the areas. Now, since AI ML has incorporated in the optimizations of the technology in the process, we are getting a benefit of huge amount. Since the crude procurement and crude processing are two different entities, when we are processing the crude, if there is a yield optimization from X to Y, humongous amount of benefit is being captured. So in refineries, since Indian oil is contributing around 45% of Indian economy, you can imagine if there is a 1% increment in the yield, so the benefit is in crores. We have implemented around 45 AIML based models in the process. On the basis of those models, the technology has been explored. Along with the technology, the benefit, estimated benefit has already been explored. So we'll discuss in detail as soon as the panel goes on.
I would have a lot of questions from you, sir. I'm also member of technical committee at India Energy Week, where a lot of your such advancements are being showcased in 2026 at Goa. And we look forward to many other companies to learn from there, because it is not only the crude oil processing, but also right from the processing, storage, distribution, all that stages are now being differently abled with new technologies. So I will have a lot of more conversation, but we'll move for introduction first to other speakers.
Very good afternoon to one and all. This is Abhishek Gupta. I head international business strategy, rooftop solar and project evaluation and assessment appliances vertical for the company. As you know, Energy Efficiency Services Limited has been an organization which builds on business models which helps masses to adopt energy efficient solutions. And I strongly feel that artificial intelligence is something which is going to have significant role in bringing more efficient solutions to the people. We are already working on a couple of initiatives, which definitely I would love to discuss with more people as well. And as the discussion goes forwards, we'll try to delve in more details about it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Choudhury PK Das. I am General Manager IT, National Thermal Power Corporation Limited. Actually, being in a public sector, we are by default the driver of growth. Being public servants, we are responsible for what we do also. And this digitization is not new to NTPC. Like for the last 25 years, we have been digitizing our data and keeping in different forms. So the core issue is human beings have limitations. So having those legacy data and putting into AI and ML tools will give us a lot of insight, which will help us in productivity and maintenance. That's all for now.
Thank you.
Very good afternoon and Jai Hind, ladies and gentlemen. I am retired Colonel Amitabh Bhardwaj. I had an honor of serving with the Indian Army for about 23 years And after my second engagement, I am working with IIT Madras Pravartak Technology Foundation, is a Section 8 company. With the prime mandate of having homegrown solution, I take care of startups which are primarily into deep tech and taking care of largely from defense services and government of India. Besides that, I work in the same capacity with IIT Jammu as well. I will not restrict myself to only AI because AI has become now like a salt which can be used anywhere. I'll speak of a technology by the name of quantum. I personally feel, and probably subsequently I highlight also, I look at this quantum technology as a technology which will force us to rewrite the order book of last 40 years. I'll deliberate it more during the discussions. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I am Dr. Dinaraj Dinkar. I work with Indian Oil at Corporate Office, Corporate Information Systems. So, first, sir asked why I am here, why do I think I am here? So, I have a very simple answer for that. We are having 15 crore identified customers. Identified भी ऐसे वैसे नहीं, उसका घर का एड्रेस और आधार हमारे पास है. So, how we can use technology? We can use technology for cost optimization, but that is not that important. More important thing is we can use technology, AI, quantum तो अभी बात हम नहीं करेंगे, वो थोड़ी दूर है. Data analytics, cloud technologies and all those things to improve service delivery. And that is our first goal. Because अगर आपने हमारे Indian Oil का देखा होगा website, हमारे values हैं nation first. उसके बाद CIPT, passion, trust, innovation सब आती है. तो nation first के नाम पे हम technology में invest करेंगे and will improve your service delivery and make you happier. Thank you.
Thank you. A wonderful introduction. I think now we have a fair idea of what we have on dais and what sort of conversation we can lead from here. So first 3 minutes which I want to give each one of you, and in these 3 minutes I want you to name at least 3 technologies which you have used, or maybe one of them which you can put in a sequence of pipeline which you wish to use. Artificial intelligence is something we all are using to a certain extent, but other than artificial intelligence, is there any specific technologies over a period of time which has helped you to organize the way your operations, your work or your efficiency, technical, non-technical, commercial, in all ways? It is not a boundary wall that it should only be technical. And with one more component I want you to add into it is there anything which you want to try, or is there anything which you look forward to have an integration so that people sitting here would have a clarity of what you may look for in coming future? So this time we'll do the reverse sequence. We'll start with Indian Oil. Indian Oil has a lot of conversation, lot of technologies. One is AI, which I do not want any of you to name. 2 or 3 more technologies which you are using or you want to work.
Thank you. Indian Oil has always been pioneer in technology adoption. We were perhaps one of the first to adopt ERP, SAP, and first oil company, of course. But when coming to AI, you remember just 4 or 5 years ago, data analytics was hit. Everyone was doing data analytics. Management colleges were running MBA in data analytics. Where that data analytics is gone, nobody knows. Now we are talking about AI. So we are very cautious in investing in such technologies without testing. We don't want to be first movers because technology adoption needs money. You invest money, technology changes, and it is not giving you a return, then there is no point. Now, going back to 15 years back, when I was doing MBA, then my teacher, he taught a very good thing. He said, whenever a technology is coming, then there are 2 types of people. One is first mover, jumps on, he needs edge, invests. If it hits, he is the gainer. If it misses, then he is gone. But being in public sector, we are always second movers. We wait, see, invest, and we reap benefit for longer period. So AI is right now not for us. But yes, we are taking baby steps. We are investing. We are not like averse of AI. Now coming to other technologies, blockchain. One more thing I should mention. TCO is also a very important thing, total cost of ownership. You invest, say, 500 crore rupees. I'm talking at the scale we are investing. It may be lower for lower organization, if you may be higher for larger organizations. So 500 crore you are investing in AI. But what about next year? You have to invest in maintenance of that system. You have to invest in skill of people, of your own people. You have to hire people, but you cannot hire people. In public sector, you cannot hire those people. They are not coming to you because they are getting crores at other places. So you hire other companies. They are coming to you, you are paying another 100 crore to those companies. So your total cost of ownership in next 5 years, because 500 initial investment, 500 crore maintenance cost, 1,000 crore. Now you see.
Sorry to interrupt. Is there any tool or technology which you are using for getting this total cost of ownership, TCO?
Sir, total cost of ownership ke liye you don't need any tool. You can simply calculate it. But benefit ke liye you need tool to calculate whether it is giving you any benefit.
So you named second technology TCO, right?
TCO is not technology, it is total cost of ownership.
But second one which you named is TCO, correct?
Sorry?
Second technology which you named is TCO, correct? Other than AI, you given a second technology in your conversation. Was it TCO? Did I heard right?
No, that is not second technology. I will come to second technology.
Okay. Blockchain is second,
Blockchain,
right? First is AI, blockchain is second.
Yes.
Okay, third you are going to come up.
Now third I will come up where we are actually investing. It is mostly in security. In security you are investing heavily. After Operation Sindoor, we came to know that we are highly vulnerable. We need to secure our data centers, we need to secure our refineries and other places. So we are investing in security, physical security as well as in cyber security. That is our first priority right now. AI comes later.
Okay, thank you. Very insightful. Colonel Saab, next to you.
I'll take a slightly different approach to answer this question because largely my experience is from defense forces and I'll try to correlate with the defense forces only. Look at the scenario, if you look at the history of warfare, 5,000, up to 5,000 years, there was fort. Fort used to be the center of power. And any side which has to win has to attack on the fort. So it was a fort mindset. Close to 1,000 years back, there was gunpowder which was discovered. I'm just giving you correlation how technology landscape has been changing the defense forces. About 1,000 years back, gunpowder was invented by Chinese. Probably, and that invention was for, they wanted to use it for, daily rituals and all that. With gunpowder, the concept of warfare changed from the fort to the guns and all that. And from 1,000 years come down to close to 19th and 20th century, you would have seen World War I, World War II, World War III. World War II, sorry. Come down to vintage of 2015 to 17 when drones was identified. And suddenly you realize that there is no relevance of all the previous technologies which humankind has evolved over the centuries spending billions of dollars. One technology which comes and coming now to 2025 and thanks to Russia-Ukraine war and the global geopolitics, it is all becoming autonomous now. You don't require man. Soldiering has been, if you mythology mein dekho, you see somebody is coming on a chariot to fight a war. Then there was people on horses fighting war. Then the soldier fighting a war. And today when we stand in 2025, you don't require contact warfare. So how technology has changed the fundamental of warfare. So likewise, technologies in different forms and factors will be evolving and changing the way we do the business. So I just wanted to give the example of defense forces because if you look at the journey of defense forces for last about 5,000 years, how technological intervention has changed the fundamental, the business of war has been done over the years. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel Saab. Very insightful. I think not technologies, but some sort of strategies which you have referred, which earlier we used to use and now it is time to rethink about them. So again, moving next, sir, is there any technology you wish to nominate, which you wish to use and which you are using?
Thank you. NTPC being a energy conglomerate, actually the prime concern is operation and maintenance. Reliable and reliability and sustainability, those are the backbone of our operations. So we had this plant information system picking up the OT data to bringing into IT and generating smart alerts. Recently we have gone for advanced pattern recognition, which is basically, it takes the equipments history and the real-time data to, based on the modeling developed with the, and the data tags, it gives us more insight for the future activity, for the predictive maintenance particularly. So that we are right now doing with Toshiba. And another one is we are into drones analytics and using difficult areas like ash pond, solar sites. We are getting the drone videos for analytics, for insight into the, for insights and betterment of our operation and maintenance. And other areas which are also, we are doing POC are safety and security, physical security, I mean how to get it automated, and then the wagon tipler safety. So those are basically safety related usage of AI. Thank you.
Thank you. So you said drone, one, DPR, advanced management system. Is there any, okay, safety, drone, advanced management system and DPR. Okay, go ahead.
Hello. Yeah, I think it's working. So we are actually working on certain initiatives which, as I told earlier, that which brings energy efficiency in the lives of the people. One specific area where we are trying to make some specific intervention is about bringing demand flexibility related solutions to the fore. And why is it so? I just give you a basic data. If you go on Indian exchanges, energy exchanges, the power is being sold at the cost of say 10 paisa per unit during daytime and 10 rupees per unit during night and peak hour times. So there's a big arbitrage available as far as price of the power is concerned. And with the advent of time of day tariff, which is already there as approved by central government, and other states are also doing it for other specific entities including commercial and industrial applications. This solution would be something which would be actually changing the way India does the UPI sort of thing for money. So we are working on the UEI concept. There are teams which are headed by Nandini Lekani Sahab as well. We are working with them as well in this, and turning out to be a game changer for the way India does the energy transaction. Another solution where we are working currently is about cooking, which is again central to the people. We are doing the pilots of solar induction cook stoves, which are again technology enabled, because we know that there is huge disparity in terms of the ability of people to fund for their cooking needs. We have been doing this pilot since last 1.5 years or so. Ministries have taken note of it. And I think very soon you will have something which will be good enough for the lowest strata of society to work on and make their cooking much more pleasurable as compared to the arduous situation which they are currently facing too. Third solution which we are working right now is about heat pumps. In fact, yesterday only we inaugurated our first heat pump in Ladakh. And that is something going to be a solution which is going to be applicable not only in the cooler areas, rather the areas like hospitals, specific strategic locations where Government of India might be thinking to have right kind of temperature set points for the operations. So 3 different applications for 3 different kind of areas where we are working currently.
So one you said Unified Energy Interface, UEI, correct? Second you said?
Second is about solar induction cook stove.
So what is the short form?
SICS. We call it SICS.
And third one is
is about heat pumps.
Heat pumps. The water and then.
So actually it's all about keeping your place warm. If the outside temperature is say -15, -20 degrees centigrade, you can keep the entire inside temperature by up to say 20-25 degrees centigrade depending on the kind of climate condition you have. Thank you.
Okay, very interesting. I think energy and transport is a common component that we all have to use, and if you are doing some pioneer things into it, it also gives us an opportunity to look into it that what sort of energy spectrum we are holding today. So tomorrow, if there is a decarbonization plan, so we should have an heads-up idea that we have done some footprint pilots in our campuses, in our premises, which can be scaled anytime. So very important, valuable inputs. Sir, we'll go ahead.
There is one more related to EV. I think you are part of the ecosystem.
You have very less time, but quickly you can say.
Yeah, naturally we have the mandate of doing 50,000 electric buses in India. We have already
50,000
done.
electric buses.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that is run by our sister concern CESL.
Right.
They are the nodal agency appointed by Niti Aayog.
Yes, yes.
So that's another significant thing which we are working on. Thank you.
Thank you.
Before answering this question, I'll elaborate about IOCL. IOCL is divided into 4 different divisions. I'll answer this question in the technology placed in the division itself. IOCL is divided into refining division, wherein the crude process is being done. Second is the R&D division, research and development division, wherein the R&D related to oil and gas is being done. And there is a pipeline division, wherein the crude piped or the product is shipped through that pipelines. Another is the marketing division, wherein the retail outlets, gas agencies, they give supply to the customers. I'll take one by one the technology which is implemented in one division. So for example, for refineries, since the operational technologies are there, wherein we have implemented private 5G to collect the data. The circumference of a smallest refinery is around 35 kilometers of area, which means there has to be a connectivity so that the data can be collected. So for that, we explored a private 5G technology. Currently, we are exploring 6G also, along with the Wi-Fi 6E, so that the bandwidth can be increased. Once the data can be collected, n number of technology can be placed on top of that. For that, I am not naming AIML in this case. One is private 5G, private 6G, and Wi-Fi 6E for the refineries. Second is the blockchain concept, which we have implemented for shipping and transporting and unloading of crude from source to destination. So for that, blockchain has been implemented in IOCL. Since procurement of crude is very critical, along with the destination point, when this crude is being ported and reaching to the port is very important. Accordingly, the decision can be made. So for that, blockchain has been placed in IOCL. The software is SIPSOL, the crude procurement software. Another technology for example, in R&D, we are implementing hybrid hydrogen solar panels, wherein the green hydrogen can be generated from the single panel, wherein the electricity will be generated from the solar. Through moisture, those water can be generated, and the splitting of water and hydrogen will be done inside the solar panel. So that technology we are evaluating in R&D. For pipeline, the GIS-based monitoring technology has been implemented in one of the pipeline. For that, the SCADA has been placed in the head offices. We are pushing the information from the GIS tagging to the SCADAs for monitoring the theft in case some theft is happening. For marketing side, various technologies have been implemented. For example, video analytics, customer churning, things like that. So I am among three, I'm mentioning 5-6 technologies which have already been implemented there. And AML, we have n number of models along with the analytics also.
Many of them, they are oriented to renewable energy, and you are also to a renewable integration with hydrogen and solar. And in AIML, machine learning, your dispensing and user, what you said, right? So which one is your wish list? Which one is your aspiration list which you are going to bring now?
So if in terms of technology, data collection is very important. So we are focusing the private 5G, then we are concentrating on 6G in the open areas, fields. Second is the analytics part of it. So since the data is collected in SAP also, it is in various platforms, but actual analysis and the intimation to the customer on time is very important. So we are focusing analytics, the RPAs, and the private 5G or private 6G technologies.
Wonderful. I think this conversation which is happening is actually justifying the future proofing of IT. It has actually gone beyond IT. It is also including hard hitting technologies, hard to abet sectors. So interesting conversation. I wish to save some time so that by the time we three of us we finish these questions of emerging tech, we also have some time for a closing remark. So next to you.
From the August panel, I am the non-technical person, so I will not talk much more on the technology, but like I've been in the part of so many central and state government socio-economic initiatives, and there in the last decades we use so many IT-enabled financial tools. So for me, DBT is a game changer for me. And I've been working on the DBT on so many schemes. So I would like to see the data sources, how technology can work on the sources, how we are gathering it, and like AI to clean the data. And then at the same time, finance in any PSU or any organization, private, public organization, finance is something where we need to maintain the security, as well as at the same time we need to be a transparent. So I'm looking forward for the technology which like public finance management systems like that, where we can keep our data secure, safe, at the same time transparent enough for the public exchequer and accountable for the public. Like we are the custodian, we are we are doing business on behalf of the government. So we are the custodian of the public exchequer. So my focus and my forward looking is for.
If you are not from technical ground, don't worry, I will have different questions for you, but we will go with ma'am. Anjana ji, what is your take on technologies which you are using, which you wish to use in your wish list?
I think I'm also from the non-technical background, but I would certainly like to name few technologies that I know GAIL is using. So first and foremost is ERP, which we in finance are also using. And I'm very proud to mention here that my colleague on the panel, he mentioned that they are the first PSU to move on S4HANA. And I would say that we are the first Maharatna PSU to go S4HANA on cloud. So we have moved on to the cloud as well. And we are also using IoT for plant maintenance. Then we are using SCADA for flow measurement and supervisory control for our natural gas pipelines. We are experimenting in a limited way with AI because we are in gas business, most of it which is imported. So the business is complex. We are selling it here in the domestic market. We are importing on different index. So it is HH, it is Brent, and it is sold on a different index in the domestic market. So and the demand is fluctuating. Demand is dependent on various factors like price of the natural gas in our country. Affordability is foremost. So if price is more, demand in the refineries and other industries, small industries, they shift to liquid fuels. So if I source from outside, which is 50% of my marketing, I'm getting from imported sources. If I bring it to the country and there is no demand, I'm nowhere. So I have to make demand projection as well, market forecast, then what kind of prices would be there. So we are, in a limited way, we are doing AI and we are training the AI model. We have recently started training the AI model on demand forecast, marketing forecast, and based on the prices in the international market. Then there are geopolitical factors, tensions which affect product movement in the international market. Then certainly you will see that US has put some restrictions or some sanctions on some country. So if you are sourcing from that country, you are nowhere. So all these factors are so complicated and it affects the demand and sale of your product in the market. So we are developing and training the AI models for dealing with these issues. We have to take hedging as well, because we are sourcing in dollars. So it is sold in the domestic market on either on different exchange or in rupee terms. So we take hedging positions as well. So all those things are to be built in. So we have started, we are building on it. As I said, we are doing the forecast, cash flow forecast, we have started doing on AI. Then this marketing projections and this thing, forecast we are doing. So we are experimenting in a limited way with AI. We have moved on to HANA S4 on cloud. So we are in the process of taking advantage of more and more benefit that we can derive from the system which we have installed. So we are still doing more on it, and we are progressing day by day on this.
Thank you. But I'll come back to you with some economic questions so that you can actually relate, and you can also relate your inputs which you are aligning with to proofing that economic trajectory. Because every organization has a growth trajectory, and as a large organization, particularly PSUs, they have a very long trajectory. They work on projects which materialize sometime beyond 5 years, 6 years. So on that I'll come back to you, but let me take his technologies in list, and then we will have another round of conversation if time permits.
Sure.
Yeah, as emerging technology की बात करते हैं हम, तो in Grid India we are using IoT devices to collect the data from line. We have a distributed PMUs, RTUs, and IoT devices in the transmission line network, distribution network. From there we are collecting the data into our SCADA system, and after that, that SCADA we are studying and analyzing the data for real-time maintenance of grid. And now, as technology is changing very fast, we are trying to use of AI and predicting the forecasting the, as renewable energy is very means कि आप it's not you cannot predict the weather basically. Suppose solar system is there, and suddenly sun goes off, then your demands what you have forecasted, and that suddenly goes down, then you have to up the another source of light so that you can feed the grid and maintain the frequency. So we are working on blockchain as well, we are working on AI, we are thinking of creating a digital twin as well, because it's a critical infrastructure, and by making the digital twin or using that digital twin, we can experiment in that twins so that we can safeguard the system. Thank you.
So this last round of conversation which I want to do with each one of you is to actually outline challenges. But challenges to what? To your projection, to national ambition, to Viksit Bharat National Master Plan, or whatsoever is being in a geopolitical manner thrown to us. There might be a cocktail to each one of them, but to conclude on an ambition which is a conclusion of our 100 years by 2047, it is a kind of ease of doing business, kind of ease of living to people, and also an overall economic growth that we pin somewhere around $35 trillion by 2047. So in this $35 trillion, when it is calculated, there are sectors, there are segments, there are microeconomies, and then there are businesses who contribute. If we aim to that 20 years plan, definitely there is a calculation in a backward manner. On these calculations, are these sectors, when we are concluding, are going in right direction, on right pace? Is there anything need to be flagged, maybe a policy issue, maybe a financing issue, maybe a skill gap or a tech issue, or is there more expenditure on capital required? So these are 4 or 5 common challenges which we learn in planning, because we prototype a lot of emerging technologies being India's premier tech piloting agencies, and personally I have been involved in piloting since Aadhaar in 2012. So since then today, if we calculate anything, if somebody asks me 20, 47, 35 trillion, how? Lot of people you will meet who will say होना चाहिए, कर देंगे, हो पाएगा, opposition में जो लोग होंगे वो बोलेंगे नहीं हो पाएगा. Nobody will tell you how, because there has to be a calculation which is spread across sectors. And when we include oil, gas, infrastructure, petroleum, textile, manufacturing, soft sector, hospitality, tourism, then we include it together, that what sort of economy we have created over a period of, exclude last 10 years, from 2014 to 2024. Beyond it, conventionally since 1947 till 2020, 2014. And then we add a projection of growth that from 2014 to 2024, this has been my growth. On the basis of that growth, if a trajectory goes unshaken, I would not use the word by default, and all of you would have same projections in your organization, that 2024 to 2047, this would be the calculation in billion for this particular sector. Oil to hard, infrastructure to road, automobile to textile, everything would be adding up to a national economy. When I look into it, I see 4 common challenges. There are skill gaps, there are technology deficits, which we are not inherently developing within the country. Third, there is a capital expenditure required to achieve such ambitions. So there are some sort of overhauling required in our financial projection, funding, hybrid models and all. And last is whether do we have a policy making mechanism to achieve such ambitions or not. So in all these 4, or is there anything which you want to elaborate between these, or you wish to add? What are your challenges if you see a 2047 growth? That's 1 minute each one of you I want you to expend. Maybe not more than 2 minutes, because we are in a scarcity of time. So we'll again start with, this time we'll start with you, because both of you have spoken very less on technology. I want you to speak on economy more. You want to start with ma'am? Please go ahead. What are your challenges? मैंने 4 गिना दिए हैं, आपको उसमें से कुछ एलिब्रेट करना है या आपको कुछ ऐड करना है?
इसके पहले मैं थोड़ा नरेट करना चाहूँगी कि हमारा गवर्नमेंट विजन है टू इंक्रीज शेयर ऑफ नेचुरल गैस इन द एनर्जी बास्केट फ्रॉम 6.5 और 6% currently to 15%. So and have energy security in the country. That is the Viksit Bharat aim of Viksit Bharat, one of the तत्व of Viksit Bharat, that भारत जो है वो एनर्जी के लेवल पे सिक्योर हो और अपने कंट्री अपने ही मीन से हम अपनी एनर्जी को की रिक्वायरमेंट को मीट करें, जिसके लिए हम बहुत एग्रेसिवली वी आर बिल्डिंग रिन्यूएबल्स कैपेसिटीज़. एंड हमारा जो एक रिन्यूएबल का एम था कि 50% पे पहुंच जाए टोटल एनर्जी रिक्वायरमेंट का नॉन फॉसिल फ्यूल से, वो हम ऑलरेडी पहुंच चुके हैं. सो वी आर ऑलरेडी 250 गीगावाट्स इन रिन्यूएबल्स. वी टच्ड दैट कैपेसिटी दिस ईयर. तो गैस का शेयर भी एनर्जी बास्केट में बढ़ाना है, बिकॉज इट्स अ ग्रीनर फ्यूल. तो उसके लिए गवर्नमेंट ने काफ़ी रिफॉर्म्स ऑलरेडी किए हैं. उनका एम है कि पूरी नेशनल गैस ग्रिड बन जाए, देश में कोने कोने में गैस की अवेलेबिलिटी हो, जिसके लिए 307 गैस जीएस अथोराइज कर दिए गए हैं. यानी कि कंट्री का पूरा जोग्राफिकल एरिया जो है वो सिटी गैस के लिए अथोराइज कर दिया गया है. तो एंड मोर LNG टर्मिनल्स आर कमिंग अप. पर एक जो कमी है उसमें कि गैस अफोर्डेबिलिटी के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से अभी भी नहीं है, बिकॉज जो नेचुरल गैस है इट इज़ आउटसाइड GST रिजीम. तो हमारी जो एक मतलब गवर्नमेंट का पॉलिसी इंटरवेंशन रिक्वायर्ड है, वी आर सपोर्टिंग इन गवर्नमेंट्स विजन टू इंक्रीज शेयर ऑफ नेचुरल गैस. वी आर देयर टू ले द नेचुरल गैस पाइपलाइंस. वी हैव बीन लेइंग नेचुरल गैस पाइपलाइंस. लास्ट 10 years में हमारी पाइपलाइंस की ग्रोथ जो है अराउंड 16,000 किलोमीटर से इट हैज़ इंक्रीज टू 25,000 किलोमीटर्स तक हम पहुँचने वाले हैं बाय द एंड ऑफ मे बी दिस ईयर. 2 more new pipelines we have commissioned in this year. Mumbai Nagpur Jasugoda pipeline, which is crossing the states of Maharashtra, MP, Chhattisgarh and going up till Odisha. Then from in Andhra Pradesh the Shitkakulam Angul pipeline we have laid. तो इसके लिए जो आगे फर्दर 20,000 किलोमीटर फर्दर पाइपलाइंस की रिक्वायरमेंट है, जिसके लिए करीब 1 लाख करोड़ का और इन्वेस्टमेंट लगेगा. वी आर रेडी टू डू दैट. पर गैस की डिमांड कंट्री में होनी चाहिए, और वो कब आएगी? जब अफोर्डेबल होगी. और अफोर्डेबल कब होगी? जब वो जीएसटी में आएगी. अभी क्या है, इंडस्ट्रीज़ को इनपुट ट्रेस क्रेडिट नहीं मिलता बिकॉज ये डिफरेंट टैक्स रिजीम में है. तो एक जो हम पॉलिसी इंटरवेंशन, और दूसरा सीएनजी अभी भी इसको एक मैन्युफैक्चर प्रोडक्ट मानते हैं जिसके ऊपर एक्साइज ड्यूटी लगाई जाती है. वो डबल टैक्सेशन हो गया उस पर. तो गवर्नमेंट इज डूइंग मैनी रिफॉर्म्स एंड पॉलिसी इंटरवेंशन सब सही डायरेक्शन में चल रहा है. पर एक जो हम जो चाहते हैं कि गैस जो है वो जीएसटी के प्लेटफॉर्म पे आ जाए, एंड वी आर देयर टू सपोर्ट विजन ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट टू टेक द नेचुरल गैस शेयर टू 15%.
Wonderful. I think very important, because if you are there to support that capital with your current capabilities, you are at least crossing down that we are not in a capital deficit. But if there are policy interventions which can lead to such transformation, it is very, I think, motivating to hear, and all of you would be, it's very, in and say, not so difficult to achieve. It sounds like a policy intervention can be done. Tax, then you said double tax of excise, then it does not come under GST, right?
Yeah.
So we will take more of it. Any challenge which comes, maybe you will be able to do, your parent ministry will be able to, sometime government may not be able to do it, may be something coming from out of India. So anything which comes in your mind, you can pick up, the next person can take the mic, or if you wish to say.
मेरा इसमें टेक इस तरीके से है, लाइक फाइनेंस एंड ऑपरेशंस शुड कम टुगेदर. माइक्रो स्केलिंग करने की ज़रूरत है, लाइक वेयर वी शुड लुक एट द यूनिट पर यूनिट कॉस्ट, रेवेन्यू वर्सेस सब्सिडी. आज के डेट में जो हम जब लाइक यू सेड 2024-25 टू 2047, so we need to make the clear balance between the revenue and the subsidy.
आप खुल के बोल सकते हो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. सब्सिडी हटानी चाहिए तो आप रिकमेंडेशन दे सकते हो, ऐसा नहीं है. रखनी चाहिए, बढ़ानी चाहिए.
My take is you need to, like I said earlier, if we can able to clean the data source, then we will be able to find the real actual requirement where the subsidy is required. And that is why I am talking like we need to do micro scaling for everything.
Okay.
Unit cost and
if I may reframe you, you can say yes or no. You want to make it more robust from profitability point of view, from a business point of view. Currently it is overshadowed by either double subsidies or maybe more subsidies than what it is.
Yeah. In a way, it is.
It is not sounding like a profitable. It's sounding like, okay, it is running on subsidy. Correct?
Yes.
So yes, this has been a problem into state transport corporations, which are highly into losses. There are also kind of state STUs or PSUs. It has been a problem into sometime solar also, but now solar has done very good. They have pre-achieved their target. So wherever there are subsidies, there are in electric vehicle we have given subsidies for 13 years now. Now subsidies has removed from cars and it has been implemented on trucks, electric trucks. So these conversations are required. If we speak about it, and trucks were some who were not given subsidy from last 10 years, and they contribute 50% of pollution. In 2.5 particulate, they contribute more than 80%. So these are such challenges which we really want to collect, which we really want to come on the domains and conversation like this, so that whoever is doing policy research and whoever is doing such recommendation would be able to take this up. So very well, anything you want to add, or we can move to next?
Like you said on the subsidy on the EV. Yeah, I'm also working on the EV sector. Under Jammu Smart City, we are operating public transport under FAME 2 and upcoming PM e-bus seva.
Okay.
As well as the JKSRTC being part of that, we are working on the procurement of trucks, EV trucks. So, like you said, subsidy is required to certain segment, whether it is institution or individual. So that is the point where we need to figure out what are the real segment sectors where we need to subsidize. Like earlier we used to give subsidy on passenger vehicles. Now we are moving to cargo or transport.
What is the challenge which you see is hindrance?
Clear challenge is the policy and the figuring out the real demand from like 5 years from now, 10 years from now, which sector is going to be demanding.
Okay.
That we need to check at the ground level first.
Okay, all right, thank you. Sir.
मैं मैडम का जो आप मैडम ने कहा है उसको मैं थोड़ा आगे बढ़ाना चाहूँगा।
Keep it
तो
little
मैं उनके
close.
पॉइंट से एक पॉइंट से सहमत हूँ और दूसरे पॉइंट से असहमत हूँ, और जैसा आपने कहा आपके भी एक पॉइंट से सहमत हूँ और दूसरे से असहमत हूँ। पहला जो क्वेश्चन मैडम ने कहा था कि जीएसटी के अंदर आना चाहिए, हम लोग सस्टेनेबिलिटी की बात कर रहे हैं। सस्टेनेबिलिटी की बात जब करते हैं उसमें एक इक्वलिटी आना चाहिए। व्हेन हम लोग जब पैसे की प्राइस की बात करें, व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द प्राइस, तो प्राइस यहाँ पे क्या है, इंडिया में सब्सिडी देने का एक मतलब होता है, जो गरीब जनता है, मिडिल क्लास है, अपर क्लास है, वहाँ पे एक प्राइस फिक्स करना सरकार के लिए बहुत डिफ़िकल्ट है, उसकी एक पॉलिसी बनाना बहुत डिफ़िकल्ट है, इसीलिए सब्सिडीज जैसी चीज़ें आती हैं। उस पर टैक्सेशन सरकार को लगाना चाहिए या नहीं लगाना चाहिए, ये उस बात पे निर्भर करता है कि आप किस ऑडियंस को टारगेट कर रहे हैं। जैसा कि हमारा ऑयल एंड गैस का एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ, उसका सब कुछ खरीद फरोख्त डॉलर पे डिपेंड करती है, और डॉलर आपको पता है वो ऊपर जाना और नीचे आना स्वाभाविक है। जब आप इस तरह की टेक्नोलॉजी, इस तरह के सिनेरियो में पढ़ते हैं, तो आपको एक डिसीजन लेना पड़ता है कि आप अपनी पूरी की पूरी जनता को किस तरह से कैटर करेंगे।
फ्लैक्चुएट ना हो जनता के लिए, दिस इज व्हाट गवर्नमेंट ट्राइज टू डू, राइट?
यस यस।
ओके।
उसमें जो टैक्स वाला जो पोर्शन है उसका माफ़ करना ना करना ये पॉलिसी का पार्ट होना चाहिए, जिससे समानता आ जाए। एक तो ये चीज़ है ये, और सेकंड जो वाला एग्जांपल था, हम लोग इंडिजिनस चीज़ों को एक्सप्लोर कर रहे हैं। मेक इन इंडिया इज़ ए वेरी गुड कंसेप्ट, उसको करने के लिए। लेकिन अभी क्या है, टेक्नोलॉजी एक्सप्लोर करने का मतलब ये है, इंडिजिनस टेक्नोलॉजी का सब कुछ इंडिया में हो। लेकिन मैं अब एक क्वेश्चन पूछता हूँ कि ये ऐसा है? अगर इसका मुझे आंसर देना होगा तो मैं कहूँगा नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है। अगर यही चीज़ अगर हम बाहर से इंपोर्ट ना करें, इंडिया में ही करें, तो उसका प्राइस अपने आप कम हो जाएगा। आपने जैसे एक एग्जांपल दिया था सोलर पैनल्स का, सोलर पैनल मुझे जितनी मेरे नॉलेज है, कोई भी ऐसी कंपनी नहीं है जो 100% यहाँ मैन्युफैक्चर करती हो, कोई भी नहीं है। मैं ब्लंटली ये आंसर कर रहा हूँ। लेकिन अगर ऐसा होता है कि यहाँ पे आप मैन्युफैक्चर करें, तो वो टेक्नोलॉजी ग्रीन है, हमेशा के लिए सस्टेन करेगी। वो अगर यहाँ होती है तो सभी को फ़ायदा होगा। सेकंड, जो इथेनॉल का हम लोग ब्लेंडिंग के लिए एक ऑप्शन चूज़ कर रहे हैं, उसका इंडिजिनस है, वो हम यहाँ कर सकते हैं। उसका ब्लेंडिंग के लिए जो फार्मूलाज दिए हुए हैं, हमारा परसेंटेज फिक्स है। हाइड्रोजन जनरेशन, जो भी ग्रीन वाला जो चीज़ है, अगर आप इंडिजिनस नहीं करेंगे, उसका सब बेनिफिट होगा पूरी पब्लिक को। लेकिन कोई भी ऐसी टेक्नोलॉजी जो बाहर आप इंपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, अगर आप उसको डिस्करेज नहीं करेंगे, तो वो कभी भी बेनिफिटेड नहीं होगा।
सो कोर R&D जो है, किसी भी टेक्नोलॉजी की, उसका एक हिस्सा यहाँ अभी तक डेवलप नहीं होता है। उसकी कुछ ब्लेंडिंग करके हम लोग उसका इस्तेमाल अभी तक करते आए हैं। व्हीकल में भी ये है आपके, आप कह रहे हैं कि इट्स नॉट अबाउट फ्यूल इंपोर्ट, इट्स अबाउट हैविंग टेक्नोलॉजी इन हाउस, जो यहाँ तक ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। और आई थिंक
इसमें मैं एक चीज़ और ऐड करना चाहूँगा, जैसे हम लोग जो बात कर रहे हैं, इन इंडिया वी आर नॉट फाइटिंग फॉर द टेक्नोलॉजी और विद द टेक्नोलॉजी, वी आर फाइटिंग विद द माइंडसेट्स एंड इट इज़ डिफिकल्ट टू ब्रेक द माइंडसेट्स। तो अगर ये वाला जो पोर्शन आपको करना है तो यू हैव टू ब्रेक द माइंडसेट्स। दिस इज द ओनली रीजन व्हाई वी आर टेक्नोलॉजी हैज नॉट बीन groomed up in the country like that and not been implemented properly or accepted properly in the country.
राइट। इन स्पेसिटी ऑफ टाइम मैं आप लोगों को कम समय दे रहा हूँ, बट उम्मीद कर रहा हूँ कि आप लोग भी संक्षिप्त में अपने चैलेंजेस या जो भी आपके इश्यूज हैं उसको बताएं, ताकि हम किसी को छोड़े नहीं, हम अपना प्रिस्क्रिप्शन पूरा कर सकें।
So we have been talking about good technologies, bad technologies, clean technologies, non-clean technologies. But in crux of that, what is the most important aspect what we have felt that, and that is part of 2070 goal as well, that is energy efficiency. There is no such incentive given by the government to use high efficiency solutions. If that solution can be, that problem can be addressed with some incentivization for high efficiency solutions, it can actually bring out lot many more industries in the market. It can create new investment opportunities, and on top of that, your energy requirement itself will reduce significantly. We find that as a challenge currently which is being faced by India as a nation of not being able to promote high efficiency technologies is to be addressed. I just give you a short example, if you just go buy a fan which is 1 star and 5 star, the taxation on both are the same. What if we try to incentivize 5-star fans through reduced taxation? That will simply change the mindset of the people, and the adoption of high efficiency technologies will be at much faster pace. That is what I want to advocate from this forum, that if you try to address based on the efficiency, the taxation system, that will bring a lot of economies of the scale in efficient technologies. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's very, very important. I think from device to energy consumption to transport. Now all three of them, they have a certain amount of energy consumption into it. Everyone, whatever you manufacture, whatever you build, you have to reach out to your exporter or your consumer. So this common line where you have drawn that there should be a framework to incentivize if someone doing good. It can be 5-star, it can be 7-star, it can be 10-star. Minimum energy losses and maximum efficiency. So that's, I think, very bold recommendation, and earlier it was there. Why it has not been continued and why we are not, peddling more on it, it is really a matter of concern. Very good challenge you have given me.
Actually, I have just one point to make. As far as India is concerned, our per capita energy consumption is 1/3 of most of the developed nations. So we want to make it to Viksit Bharat. So the energy sector, the power sector have to gear up their capacity addition. And though renewable energy is very fast to commission, but we need the storage systems for preserving the energy and transmitting at the appropriate time. So that remains the challenge for the power sector. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll take the clue from what you said is 2047 when we want to Viksit Bharat. Viksit Bharat by 2047 will certainly need to be a Surakshit Bharat, an Atmanirbhar Bharat. And I'll use the term which I'm hearing quite often now, that is technology sovereignty. Until unless we don't have a technology sovereignty, we won't be able to probably achieve that. Couple of initiatives which government has taken to certain level on mission mode, AI mission and quantum mission are very right steps. But it is incumbent upon people in government agencies also to start trusting technologies which are built in India. Until unless we don't do hand-holding to the startups of the nation, to the multiple technology solutions which are homegrown, probably this will die down its natural death or probably take more time. time is less. 2047 we're looking at, so we have to actually have a leapfrog kind of approach. We can't go incrementally. I'll have all things done and then take the steps, because it's a competitive world. And there are no, runner-ups in war, and so is the geopolitics. If as a nation we have taken a pledge to become a superpower by 2047 and Viksit Bharat, so we have to see that how other countries have been able to do. Examples are USA and China, how they have taken the steps over last 3-4 decades. We need to time compress that by making best use of resources what we have. We have to identify the right islands of talent. We have IITs which have got tremendous talent potential. Government agencies, PSUs need to get their problem statement to them, get them solved, handhold them, and that's how probably we'll be able to achieve technology sovereignty, which will ensure the Viksit Bharat. Thank you.
Thank you. Very, very important. With Viksit Bharat, it should be Surakshit Bharat. Yes.
When we say Viksit Bharat, there are so many dimensions, and we can talk about each and every dimension. I'll focus on only the economic development, because all of you have discussed that only, and I'll build on what Colonel have said. We need to develop new technologies, and we cannot leave that in the hands of private parties, because they have to maximize benefits on their investment, and whenever you are investing in R&D, you are taking big risk. So to become developed, we need to have a government-led huge investment in R&D in collaboration with the private entities, of course. Otherwise, we'll remain service providers. Somebody else will develop technology, we'll sell that technology, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. With this, we have reached to conclusion of this very bright and very progressive session, where we have spoke about what technologies are there in our hand, what is on our wish list, and what are the challenges which we need to address to reach to Viksit Bharat National Master Plan. It also a kind of future proofing for technologies and emerging trends. In this, what I mapped 4 challenges, that there are somewhere skill gaps. I think none of them, they have skill gaps. It's a very positive panel, I would say. There is one person who has spoke about capital requirement. It is, we need to invest much into R&D. 2 people have voted in the favor of policy, where there are taxation issues, instruments, financing, procurement models need to be realigned with such ambitions. And few of them, they have focused on technology indigenization. It should be developed in India, or we should spend much more in the deeper core technology. It might be a panel, it can be in vehicle, it can be in automation, it can be any V2X 4.0 energy or automation industry. But one panelist among all of them has also marked there should be an incentive structure to doing good. And if that incentive structure is on energy, it can be also on transportation, it can be on decarbonization, it can be on geospatialization, it can be on digitalization. So all sort of ambitions which we have as a nation should have, I am adding more to ESL recommendation, that it should not be only limited to digitalization, it should be across ambitions. It should be given to each and every organization as a target, that how much digitalized, decarbonized, geospecialized you are, how much IT secure sovereignty and data. 2 of our very important panelists has also spoken, it should be Surakshit Bharat, means it should have a sovereignty in data and technology. So with this, I think these conversations are going to be in a continued mode till 2047. And I am again thanking organizers for organizing and bringing such brilliant people who have brought such very bright perspective to it, and also challenges. I'm in favor that such programs should happen at least once in a year, so that we can also look back over a period of last 12 months, what decisions we have taken, what type structures has came, what type of policies has been introduced, and what kind of inflow of capital has gone from point A to point B to achieve these ambitions or not. And if there are certain more recommendations, something has gone wrong, we should not wait for 5 years to come back and say this went wrong. Every year these corrections can be done, and that's the new Bharat which is making policy on its go. Thank you so much. Have a great day and evening. Thank you, panelists, once again.